I actually have a question about Ace from One Piece.
Yes.
Gotta get some One Piece representation. Question one is, have you started work on Ace's debut in the new Funimation dub, which is like episode 94, I believe?
Right.
And the second part of the question is, have you learned what happens to Ace later in the series?
We have started work on the dub. We did the first episodes where he comes to the city and Luffy's, or Smoker's chasing Luffy, and we do all that stuff. So that's fun. I haven't done any of the Blackbeard fight yet, and no, I don't know what happened to him yet.
Oh, you'll have fun.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Ace. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Why, hello.
Actually, funny story, my friend just turned me into a fan of yours 2 seconds ago. So nice to meet you, and I love her now. Anywho, to answer the question. My friends and I are making a YouTube video of a bunch of people dancing at Anime Boston. Can you show us your moves? Thank you very much for that. Nice to meet you. I love you even more now.
Thank God for that.
Several years ago at the Middle Tennessee Anime Convention,
Yes.
you mentioned that you really liked the character Scar, which I thought was really cool because my dad cosplayed Scar that year with me. And I wondered if you still like Scar as a character.
I still love Scar as a character. I'm interested to see what the deviations in the manga will be. Sorry, I don't know. But yes, I do like Scar very much. He's still an
Scar-related
evil
deviations.
weirdo, isn't he?
Yeah!
He is. He honestly, he's got a wicked tattoo. Yeah.
This is kind of a two-part question. First, how did you get into anime?
Right. I got into anime. I was in college, and I was in a fraternity, and some of my fraternity brothers and I turned one channel past ESPN one day, and there was this show with these really big, muscled, ripped, spiky, blonde-haired guys that were yelling and screaming and blowing things up. And all the guys were like, dude, what is this? And it turned into a ritual that every day we would either come to the chapter room or skip class to come watch Kamehameha. And seriously, guys' girlfriends would come in the room and they'd be like, you guys are so lame. Leave our room of DVDs. But one day we saw in the credits as they were going by that Laura Bailey's name was there playing Trunks. And I was like, what the hell? So I called my agent up in Dallas because I was doing some small commercial work and stuff like that back in Dallas, and she was like, yeah, Laura works for Funimation. They're in Fort Worth. Oh my God, I go to school in Fort Worth. So after about 2 years of haggling Laura Bailey, which she still never brought me in to do an audition, I did an independent film with Mike McFarlane, and he brought me in to audition for Justin Cook for Yu Yu Hakusho. Yana Gisela, who has this giant, eraser head hairdo. And I was really excited because I watched DBZ, so I was like, ooh, do I have any cool powers? What do I do? He's like, well, you're a shapeshifter. I was like, shape-shifting badass? He's like, more like you get punched in the face and then you go unconscious. Which was okay, though, because later, Justin Cook, who saw me in a theater show with Colleen Klinkenbeard, who was Hawkeye and Rose, and one of the other directors for FMA, he was like, hey, I got this character for you in this new show we have called Full Metal Alchemist. It's this guy named Roy Mustang. And I was like, okay, what is he, like a shapeshifter? And they're like, no, he's known as the Flame Alchemist.
Okay.
Tell me more. Well, he snaps his fingers and things blow up. Done. You're welcome. to audition for him just like everybody else did, but I also auditioned for Armstrong. Which was weird because we never really figured out how exactly we wanted Roy to sound, and the first thing that we recorded was the video game, the Crimson Elixir video game. And we hadn't figured out how we wanted it to sound, and Chris Sabat was the director for it, and the first line of the video game was, "Looks like you could use a handful metal," and it's a big battle scene, and it sounded like, "Looks like you could use a handful metal." And Mike McFarlane and Colleen looked over and they're like, "What?" I was like, no, not looking. Oh, okay. Just kidding, you guys. That had to change fast.
Do you think that you'll ever appear in an English version of Vampire Night?
Oh my god.
Vampire Night. I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe it's Kane or the goofy headmaster?
All of the above. I want to be everything. I'll keep an eye out for it.
Anybody fire powers.
Alright. I can
I have two questions. And first of all, I just like to say that Roy Lust, that pairing, is my life. I'm totally with you. She's hot.
She's really hot.
End of story.
Yes, and she's deadly. Hot and deadly.
I'm also a big fan of Breeza Hawkeye and Roy Lust because who wouldn't want a woman that could kick your ass?
I know. And a chick with guns. She's got guns.
Okay, the first question is, when you were growing up, did you were you exposed to the anime subculture at all? Did you watch the early stuff?
You know what? I was just a cartoon nut, and my favorites were Thundercats, and I mean there were others, but those were my favorite. And I always noticed that especially Thundercats and Voltron looked so much better than other American cartoons at the time. The animation was just a lot better. I was 6, so I probably wasn't thinking that kind of. But honestly, Dragon Ball Z was the first anime I saw besides Sailor Moon, which I was like, what in the H is that? That was on one day. There was some blonde girl with ridiculous extensions and some tiny skirt, and she was like, "Sailor Moon." And there's some guy walking around in a tuxedo and a cape and a white mask and a top hat, and I'm like,
I had a question.
yeah, Sailor Mercury.
And my second question is, there is an episode of Oral High School Host Club, which I love, where a girl comes up to, I think it's Honey's 3 Bitter Days, a girl comes up to Maury and asks if he has a girlfriend or if he's allowed to go out with her or something like that. And he basically doesn't say anything like Maury usually does. And I have to say, watching that was so horrible because I was thinking if I had to not voice that part, if I were the voice actor for Maury and I did not record the part and not say anything to this girl who was on the verge of tears, my heart would be breaking forever and ever. So
in the booth when that was going on, that part happened, and I was doing this.
I had to know that was as painful for me as it was for just kidding, damn. Okay, thank you for clearing up my life.
You're welcome. Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello.
I'd like to say first that you probably have never heard this question before ever in your life.
Really? Are you serious?
If you were wandering the rainforest in nothing but a hood skirt and a coconut bra, and you had a feeling that a spider monkey was about to attack your face, what would you do?
Okay, so just to recap. I was walking through the rainforest, and I was wearing nothing but a what kind of skirt? And wearing a coconut bra. And a spider monkey was about to attack my face. What would I do? I would quickly take one of the coconuts and begin to nibble on it for a snack. I would get some energy to quickly grab the other coconut and smash the spider monkey in the head. Then I would wrap it up in the poodle skirt, whip it around my head, and throw it against the tree.